Recording in progress.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Derek Branchill, SportsView360.com, covering the New Orleans Saints. In today's video, I just want to talk about the Saints releasing their first ever unofficial depth chart as of August 5th, 2024. It's the first depth chart released by a team of any kind, official, unofficial, for this upcoming season. I'm just gonna go ahead and go over a few of names, a few positions that are currently being manned right now. And I'm just going to start with the first team unit on offense. You got Chris Olave, WR1. At left tackle, you got Talise Fawanga, the rookie. Left guard, Lucas Patrick. Center, Eric McCoy. Right guard, Cesar Ruiz. Trevor Penny at right tackle. Tight end, Foster Moreau. Wide receiver, Rashid Shaheed, wide receiver two. Quarterback, Derek Carr. Running back, Alvin Kamara. Fullback, Alvin Prentice. Adam Prentice. So, not really surprising with this first unit. Nothing really, is off the charts with the first unit right now on offense. Lucas Patrick, right now, from based on what I'm hearing and seeing, is that he's a guy that could possibly start as at left guard over somebody like a Nick Salvadori, who was one of the team's draft picks from 2023. Talise Fawanga, left tackle, no brainer. He has to get out there. Eric McCoy, no brainer as well. Cesar Ruiz, nothing really shocking about this. Fox Moreau is in this position right now because Jawan Johnson is injured. He's in red. His name highlighted in red because he's injured, along with Tano Capaccio. He's highlighted in red. He's injured. Suffered a torn ACL injury leading up to minicamp. Netfish Sewell injured as well. Name highlighted in red. But with that being said, Fox Moreau right now is listed as tight end one. Michael Jacobson is tight end two. Now, notice that Dylan Hooker is with the third team right now, the third team unit. I expect that could possibly change down the road. That could possibly change. Dylan Hooker could possibly emerge as the second tight end or the first one. But right now, it's Foster Moreau's job. Now, if I'm Jawan Johnson, I would be kind of worried about missing all this time right now because this is a cutthroat business in the NFL, and I could see Dallas Hooker just pushing Juwan Johnson off the street, man, and they get it, and he clearly loses the job. So by the time you miss all this time he's missing, it's adding up. It's adding up, and then based on what we saw last year, he kind of regressed towards when he picked it up towards the end of the season. But this team needs these players like Jawan Johnson to have a good second half and a good first half and a good second half of the season to be successful, man, in this unit. So I could see Dallin Hooker, quickly climbing up the charts and becoming tight end one or tight end two by the time they put the next one out. Um, let's look at the defense right now. Right defensive end, they got Carl Granderson or Chase Young. Defensive tackle, Banky, got Colin Saunders. Defensive tackle two, you got Nathan Shepard. Left defensive end, you still got Cam Jordan. At the wheel, you got Pete Warner, Mike Demarius Davis, Sam, Willie Gay Jr., left cornerback, Paulson Debo. Safety, you got Jordan Howard. Free safety, Teron Matthew, Honey Badger. So with his defense right now, based on this current unofficial depth chart, They got all three linebackers on the field. And this may change, it may not change. But when you playing this good, you having a camp like this, like Willie Gay is having, and a camp like what Pete Warner is having, from what I'm hearing, I think you gotta have all three linebackers all on the same, all on the field at once. In my opinion, you gotta have. It's beneficial that this defense could have all three linebackers, Jamar Davis, Pete Warner, and Willie Gay Jr. all on the field at once. Because I think it will make this defense that much better. All right. Now, second unit defense, we got Isaiah Foskey. Christian Boyd is rising up the chart. Late round draft pick they took out of, I believe, Northern Iowa. Defensive tackle. Brian Brzee right now is behind Nathan Shepard. Payne Turner behind Cam Jordan. Taliki Hudson. He's back up to Pete Warner, DeMarco Jackson. Right now, it's back up to Demario Davis and Anthony Araji, back up to Willie Gay. Now, we know that the Saints always uses a slot corner. So right now, it's Alontae Taylor. Alontae Taylor is the slot corner, projected to be the slot corner right now. And for backing up Marshawn Lattimore is Kool-Aid McKinstry, the rookie. So if you can, man, it's gonna be a crowded defensive back room. Now, between Lattimore, Paulson Adebo, Alontae Taylor, out of those three, one of those guys is gonna be gone, man. And between by the end of next year. It's a crowded defensive back room. A lot of mouths to feed, a lot of players vying for starting time. Lattimore's clearly earned it, but you know about the whole situation that they're going through right now. Paulson D was going to be a free agent after this season. So who are they going to keep? You know what I'm saying? Um, Jonathan Abraham is the backup to Jordan Howden. I think Jordan Howden breaks out this year, in my opinion. You know, now let's look at this second team offense for the Saints up top. A.T. Perry is still WR3 right now. Landon Young back up to left tackle for Talise Fawanga. Nick Salvadori back up to Lucas Patrick. They got it vice versa. Kyle Hergel, right guard. Guy from Minnesota, Ole Odo, can't pronounce his name. He could, man, I could see him starting, bro, over Trevor Penning, bro. If things don't get better for Trevor Penning going forward, I could see Udo becoming a starter. He's very familiar with the scheme, knows the coaches from a previous stop, means with the Vikings. I could see him starting. Michael Jacobson, currently tight end too, but like I said, I think Dallin Hooker can move up 2 spots, possibly three, move up 2 spots and become tight end one if Juwan Johnson doesn't get healthy. You know what I'm saying? I could really see that. Cedric Wilson, the backup to Rashid Shaheed. Now they're looking for somebody to step up and become the second, the third wide receiver, the third reliable wide receiver. Guys have been nicked up, coming in and out of training camp, in and out of training camp activities. Chris Olave had a hip injury not too long ago, just returned to training camp. Rashid Shaheed was dealing with something as well. A comedian St. Brown was dealing with an injury. Cedric Wilson was dealing with an injury. So it's just a lot. I think the group is very thin. And the Saints have been trying to add guys to that unit recently. They've signed it. Puka Nakua's brother, Samson Nakua. Hearing a lot of things about this guy, Mason Tipton out of Yale, who's having a really good training camp. So we'll see. I think and it over with for A.T. Perry, but he has to get going, bro. You got only a few weeks left until you start going to they start cutting down this roster. You know what I'm saying? So right now it's August 5th. It's only a matter of time to where they actually start trimming down this roster. You know, um, Jay Hayner right now is the backup quarterback to Derek Carr. Spencer Rattler is the backup QB number 3. But look, there's another position where I think the third stringer can jump up at least one spot and become the backup quarterback for the New Orleans Saints for this upcoming season. And this thing has been close between Hayner and Spencer Rattler. It has been really close, and the gap is not as far, it's not as wide as people think it may be because Hayner's going into his second year and Rattler going into his rookie season. You gotta remember that Hayner was like a healthy scratch last year for the most of the year. He didn't even suit up. And Spencer Rattler's coming out of college. But this new offense, I mean, both players are really benefiting from this new offense. And I think before it's all said and done, one of them is going to present a strong case of becoming the backup QB for Derek Carr and potentially the quarterback of the future for this team. If they go that route, I would like to see both Rattler and Hayner still on the roster. Because if Hayner knows if Spencer Rattler becomes the Saints starting quarterback, I think you should try to keep Jake Hayner in house for right now. Because it's better to have two quarterbacks that know the system than having one quarterback that know it and you bringing in somebody else from the outside that doesn't know, they're gonna have to learn all over again. Keep these two guys in house, and if you want to, draft somebody again in the later rounds, like you did with Spencer Rattler. You know, um, on to the running backs. Alvin Kamara is running back 1, RB1. Jamal Williams, number 2. Kendra Miller, number 3 right now. Jordan Mims, what I'm hearing a lot about, and I'm probably going to do a video on him later on, is the behind Kendra Miller. I think like that. Kendra Miller is another player where you know being out for extended period, missing a vast majority of training camp sessions is hurting him because I could see, like I said, with Spencer Rattler and Dalton Hoker, I could see George Mims jumping 2 spots on his depth chart and becoming at least the third or second straight running back behind Alvin Kamara. I could see that, and Dennis Allen has already put him out, already put it out on blast, put Kendrick Miller on blast on how he needs to make the team, how he needs to be on the field, how he needs to be involved. I had high hopes on Kendrick Miller's upcoming season because you saw the flashes, you saw the upside, you saw even though he got a tiny sample size of what he can do, there is some potential there of him becoming a key impact player for this team in the future down the road, and even possibly this season. But a guy like Jordan Mims could come in and really put the Saints in a situation to where they decide to go with Mims over Kendrick Miller. You know, what I'm saying? He's not like Kendrick Miller is a first round draft pick or a second round draft pick, you know, and he's playing at a position where, teams, NFL teams tend to, throw away, tend to like deem as expendable the running back position. So Jordan Mims could come in, continue to do what he's doing, and I could see him climbing up this depth chart for right now, you know. But none of this, man, is really set in stone. Really, none of this is set in stone. I think, for me, when you look at the first unit, this is pretty much. I won't be surprised if you see this when the official Saints depth chart comes out. I won't be surprised. The second and third units, I can see these players being shuffled around. I can see a guy like Mason Tipton jumping up the boards to at least number 2 or 3. I can see that. I can see Jordan Mims becoming the running back 3, the third running back behind Jamal Williams and Alvin Kamara. I can see Dallin Hooker moving up to the second spot, to the first or second spot on the new depth chart whenever it comes out. But for the most part, I think this is legit right here. This first unit is this is legitimate right here. The Saints just need somebody to step up in that third receiver role that can contribute outside of Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Some of these players on this depth chart might not make it. They might not make it to the final 53-man roster. Who knows? It might be a Mason Tipton. They might just not have enough room to keep him on this team. But the way it's looking right now with the injuries, some of these guys are gonna have to make the team. Some of these guys, especially at wide receiver, man, it's a very thin group right now. Equanimeous St. Brown, who a lot of people thought could be, could have a role with this team based on his size and what he can do. That might not be the case, but we'll see going forward. But the first unofficial depth chart for the New Orleans Saints 2024 season is out, and it'll be a lot of changes down the road as we close out the next couple of weeks of training camp and on to the regular season. So there's that. All right, so I'll have you off right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. What are your thoughts on the Saints unofficial depth chart first release for the 2024 season? And also check out sportsview360.com/Saints for latest content on the New Orleans Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.